Greetings and salutations, and welcome to another edition of the YouTube channel. Too many plugins. I'm your host Alex. Today we're gonna do another addition to the story of Assassin's Creed Woke Shadows, the other video that I made. Today we're going to learn a little bit more about wokeology and how to speak Wokeanese. Assassin's Creed Shadow, we already talked in the other video about the main protagonist that they chose a black figure and transformed him from basically a not so significant role in Japanese history to the main protagonist of the story, Assassin's Creed Shadows. Creed Shadows, sorry, I always say Greek with a GR, but it's CR, Greed. The wokeness of this was already off the chart. We talked about why that was, about for the DEI and ESG, inclusivity and equity and diversity of money, and also for pampering to the Chinese. But the story goes now even crazier than before. Now it appears that Ubisoft appears to confirm that Assassin's Creed Shadows protagonist Yasuki and Naoi are LGBTQH plus. Now, the first thing, what you think about when you put yourself into a samurai story about in ancient Japan, the first thing you, of course, in the 1600s, the plate in the 1600s, that the first thing you, of course, think about when you're trying to put yourself in a story like that, these stories being very cinematic, so you need to put yourself into that story. Then the first thing that you're thinking about in that time frame with these characters is, of course, black samurais. And of course, what just goes straight through your mind is just no escaping that. Is, of course, you have LGBTQ and queer and all these kinds of transgender kind of things going through your mind. That's, of course, the first thing that we do when we think about food or Japan and the 1600th century samurai culture of Japan. That's the first thing you think about. The wokeness, of course, of this is off the chart, but. The story goes here actually really nasty, Well, they say here, Assassin's Creed developer Ubisoft appears to confirm that the game's two main protagonists, Yasuki and Naoi, are LGBTQH+++ characters, which, of course, is a complete nonsense is that, So that's, but who the hell is thinking about these guys? And why do we need to think about these things all the time? Why is that? It doesn't make any bloody sense. It really doesn't, But then if we start reading over here, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Ubisoft hires LGBTQH++ activists as consultants who want to challenge moral standards around generational sex, which you, of course, really need in the story about ancient samurai Japan. It doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. Okay, but here it gets a little bit more creepy, actually, And here we go again also to Ubisoft and their cuties, where they had a series or something that was then with little girls dressed up and making all the time dances and stuff, which was highly criticized, and also took it very quickly off air. It was also something had to do with Ubisoft that was behind that. I don't know, remember what it was with one other streaming provider. They were publishing that series, and it was absolutely very creepy stuff. I'm not going to go even into that because it's really sickening. But here we go again, Here we go to something really creepy also, This revelation comes amid Ubisoft contracting with Dartmouth associated professor. Hope I don't say her name incorrect. Professor Saji Smith-Horry. Saji Smith-Horry is an LGBTQH++ activist with her biography on Dartmouth websites reading, I am interested in investigating how gender sexuality corporal reality and power are represented and negotiated in pre-17th century Japanese narratives and illustrations. My first book, and here we go, this gets really, really, really creepy, you know. Tales of Idolized Boys. Male Love in Medieval Japanese Narrative, University of Hawaii Press, 2021, is on a medieval, I hope I don't say this wrong, Jigo Monogatari Buddhist acolyte tales, which often depict romantic relationships between Buddhist priests and adolescent boys. These tales challenge a host of formative and moral standards we academics especially internalize, including such ideas as sexual orientation, generational sex, and sexual agency. It continues. My current project is on the literary representation of milk kinships in pre-17th century Japanese tales, including the tales of Ochikubu, the tales of Genji, and the tales of the Heike. I hope I say that correct. Excuse me if I say that wrong. These website also reviews the classes she teaches, introducing to Japanese culture, languages, and scripts of gender, class and nation, gender, sexuality, and power in pre-modern Japan. Classical Japanese language, grammar, and translation workshops, and ASCL, that is 6026, thinking of temporary issues in Japanese through graphical novels like manga. Of note, the official description of the publisher of Tales of Idolized Boys, Male Love in Medieval Japan Narratives, University of Hawaii Press, reveals Smith-Horry calls for a shift in the hermeneutic strategies applied to Jigo and Jigo Monogatari, and puts forth both a nuanced historization of social constructs such as gender, sexuality, age, and agency, and a mode of reading propelled by curiosity and introspection. Well, I'm not going to go really further through this, but you can already see who this individual is. That's then this one over here. That is then specialized in that kind of thing. So the wokeness is really off the chart, you know, and it's just you just wonder yourself, you know. Yeah, this I'll write one more here also, because this is really typically Ubisoft, you know. Not only as the and LGB, ESG, DEI kind of inclusion, equity, and social governance kind of crap. This not only has the company contracted with this radical LGBTQ H++ activist. I say H++ because today you need to put that even still behind it, you know, which makes it a really, really strong, long word. Activist who appears to be promoting transgenerational sex and alleged internal documents shared to social media by Jeremy Humbly, aka The Quartering, the YouTuber, in April, detailed, "We are proud to represent the diversity and inclusion that exists in society as part of our everyday work." Yeah, and the entertainment and the media that we need to everyday consume needs to be all the time about diversity and inclusion in the LGBTQ community. That's basically what it is. It needs to just go about that. Representation is a part of our DNA. Yeah, right, you know, and will remain that way regardless of external pressure or influences. Well, this is a pile of horse shit, this, because believe me, if this all really goes catastrophically, or the game industry crashes again, or the economy really collapses, or the money is really not coming in and they go almost bankrupt, then all this inclusivity and DEI and ESG and stuff goes straight out of the windows, people. We're talking here about a multi-billionaire company, a corporation. They don't care about the LGBTQH community at all, or about the black people. You know it and I know it. Let's just stop with all this complete nonsense that they are trying to sell us already for many years. Ubisoft firmly stands for diversity and inclusion in our workplace and our games, and we believe there's no room for hate in games. But listen, there's a difference in between hate, yeah, and, I mean, I'm sorry, I don't hate inclusivity and diversity at all. But I hate that all my media is just full of only that. It's not organic, it's not natural. Everything, every media, every movie you watch, every video game is about gays, is about LGBTQ, it's about the blacks, it's the people that are in the wrong place, in the wrong time frame, in the wrong narrative, in the wrong story. You know, and that's what's the problem over here, is this constantly pushing that only that message constantly in our media, man. I'm trying to go into a story about ancient Japan in the 16th century. I don't want to be thinking about those kind of things. Why the hell do I need to think about that? About the Disney movies also, and all the Marvel movies, they're also woke as crap. Hollywood today, where they're doing exactly the same thing, and it's all about female empowerment, LGBTQ empowerment, black empowerment, white people are dumb, they're trash, they are corrupt, they are, always now the idiots or the villains, I'm sick and tired of this wokeness and this leftist progressive agenda that is forced down our throat. And I'm also tired, really tired of people using media now and video games and movies as a weapon to push political leftist progressive activist propaganda down our throat. I'm really, really tired of it. Anyway, enough of the rant. All the best. Stay safe, take care, and I'll catch you in the next video.